Okay, so in this video, what we're going to do is send a packet from PC7 to PC8. And what you'll notice, excuse me, is that these two devices are on different networks. Okay, so it gets a little bit more strange up here, but it's still all the same protocols you already know. Sometimes it just gets a little fuzzy about the order, but we'll get there. All right, so let's begin. PC7 has this IP address and this subnet mask. Okay, and we're going to ping, or it's going to ping, let's see, 10.30.2.102. Okay, now, as you can see, that PC7 says, using my subnet mask, the first 24 bits tells me that this of the subnet mask tells me that this first 24 bits of my address is 10.40.2. And if this destination IP address, and that's going to be the destination IP address of our packet, if you're on my network, the same 24 bits using my subnet mask, because I don't know yours, but if we're on the same network, same subnet mask, should match. Yours is 10.30.2, mine is 10.40.2, no match. So I need to send this to my default gateway. Okay. So I'm going to do just going to hit enter here. And we're going to see, okay, great, the pings work. But you know what had to happen first is that that PC7 needed to get the MAC address associated not with the destination IP address, because it's on another network, but with its default gateway. And how did it do that? Well, it did an ARP request, got an ARP reply from the default gateway, and it's in a bubble, right? So it doesn't really care if it just knows it's a router out there somewhere on its network. ARP-A, let's see. Okay. So it received in the ARP reply the MAC address from its default gateway. Now, again, in its ARP table, any device's ARP table, it's just going to have the entries, ARP entries for devices in the same network as itself. This device here is in the same network as it, okay, as the PC. All right. So it says, so it's saying what I need to do is here's the destination IP address of the packet. I'm encapsulating it in an Ethernet frame to the MAC address of my default gateway. So there you go. It's going to go out. This is the destination IP address. This is the destination MAC address. So using that destination MAC address, because right now we're just only concerned with Ethernet, let's follow the frame. The frame goes out PC7's NIC card, received access 2-3. It looks at its MAC address table and says, let's see, do I know where that destination MAC address is? Let's look at 8402. Now, first of all, that Ethernet frame came on a VLAN 40 port, access port. So it says I'm only going to consider those tables those entries in my MAC address table that belong to VLAN 40, segment broadcast domains. Okay, 8402, are you there? Yes, you are. And I need to send you out Fast Ethernet 01. So I'm going to send you out Fast Ethernet 01, but you're a trunk link, so I'm going to tag it with VLAN 40. So access 2-1 is aware of what VLAN this came in on. All right, or came from. All right, access 2-1 receives this. Access 2-1 receives this Ethernet frame tagged as VLAN 40. It says I'm only going to consider those entries in my MAC address table that belong to VLAN 40. 8402, are you there? Yes, you are. You're right there. Hey, gigabit 01. Oh, gigabit 01, that's another trunk link. So let me tag it as VLAN 40, send it out. Okay, now this is where distribution 2 comes in. All right, so let's look at this. Distribution 2, this is both a router and a switch. So it's wearing two hats. Okay? It says, okay, you know, sometimes I'm a router, sometimes I'm a switch. Think of the post office. The post office, most of the mail it gets is for destination IP addresses of another network, right? Okay. but, and it needs to do something with it, but it's tagged with, it's been delivered to the post office. Just gonna say, let me see if this is for me. So that happens to be one of, I'm going to show you here now. Show IP, show interface, VLAN 40. This destination MAC address, let's go up here, ending in 8402. Actually, that's one of my MAC addresses. So this Ethernet frame is for me. Okay, it's for me to process. Now let's take a look. The destination IP address is 1032.102. That's not my IP address on this interface or any of my interfaces. So what I am going to do is look at my routing table, see if I know what to do with a package for 1032.102. So let me, because I'm a router, let me see what I need to do with this. I know this gets a little strange, but hang in there. 1032.102. Here we go. I'm directly connected to that on my VLAN 30 interface. So it came in on belonging to VLAN 40, and I need to send it out to something on VLAN 30. Now, where are you? I have two trunk links that belong to VLAN 30 and VLAN 40, belong to VLAN 30. But you know what? I know the IP address. This is the destination IP address. That's all I have, right? I have the packet, but I don't have the Ethernet frame anymore. That's been de-encapsulated. I need to put it in a new Ethernet frame with the MAC address of, yes, I can reach you. You're on one of my VLAN 30 interfaces. So what I'm going to do is send out an ARP request out both trunk ports, because they both belong to VLAN 30. Hey, who out there is 1032.102? Send me your MAC address. Hey, that's me. Here's my MAC address. Great. So now I have your MAC address. Let's take a look. Show ARP. And look at this. It heard from 1032.102, the destination, and it says, yes, here's my MAC address. Yes, I'm on, VLAN 30. Okay, but here's my MAC address. That's the reply. Great. It says, now I'm going to send this packet for 1032.102. I'm going to send it to this destination MAC address. Which port do I send it out of? This port or this port? Now, this is also an Ethernet switch. Okay, so it actually learned. Let me show you. Hopefully it's still in the table. Okay. Yes, it learned. Here's the destination MAC address. Okay. It learned in its MAC address table, hey, that destination MAC address that came in on gigabit 102. That's where it came in on. So that's where I need to send it out of. So what I'm going to do is move this up here. Okay. And this goes out gigabit 102 out a trunk link tagged as VLAN 30. Right. Now, what I'm going to do is, just so we can see this a little bit more clearly, this is now the destination IP. This still always was the destination IP address of the packet. That did not change. But here is the new destination MAC address. It got put in a new Ethernet frame, same destination IP address, new destination MAC address. And it went out gig 102 port, trunk port, tagged as VLAN 30. Tagged as VLAN 30. Now let's go to this switch here. Now we're back just to regular Ethernet. This switch here received the Ethernet frame. It says, okay, let's see, that came in on my gig 01 port, tagged as VLAN 30. So you know what? I'm only considering entries in my MAC address table that belong to VLAN 30. VLAN 30, let's see, what am I looking for? This is the new destination MAC address ending in 03A0. Are you there? Yes, you're right there. I got to send you out fast Ethernet 01. Hey, you're a trunk link, so let me tag it as VLAN 30 and send it out fast Ethernet 01. Access 2-4 receives it. It says, hey, you came in on one of my trunk ports, Fast Ethernet 01. You were tagged as VLAN 30. So let me remove that tag. But I'm only going to consider my tables in my MAC address table that belong to VLAN 30. Let's see, VLAN 30, where 03A0, where are you? There you are. Oh, I need to send you out Fast Ethernet 06. Okay, oh, you're an access port, no tagging here. So I'm just going to send you out that port. There you go. PC8 receives it. Let's take a look at PC8 here while we're here. All right. Oh, that's doing some stuff. Let's do IP config /all. Give you information. It says, okay, let's see. Destination MAC address is this. Yes, that's my MAC address. This is for me. Great. At least the Ethernet frame is. Let me see. Here, IPv4 process. Take a look at this. It's all yours now. The IPv4 process looks at the destination IP address, goes, is this me? Yes, it is. Great. This packet is for this device. Okay. A lot going on. Don't get overwhelmed by this stuff. Okay. You know all the protocol. That's what's important. Putting them together, especially up here, it gets a little, which goes in what order, but you just got to take it step by step. Each one of these processes, each one of these protocols is a problem for the device to solve. What do I need to know? So what do I need to know? What am I trying to find out? Let me use that protocol to figure it out, that process. You're getting there. The more you look at this, the more it will make sense. But remember, it's not just about configuration. It's understanding what is taking place. All right. Hope this video helped. Thanks.